Welcome to this week's episode of Accelerated Development. On this week's episode of Accelerated Development, we'll be having an evaluation of the various developmental projects at the various ministries here in Oyo State. Here with me is a media consultant, a political commentator, and a farmer by name Elebute Ralph. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure being here.
Let's go on a break. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. Mr. Ralph, can you evaluate the introduction of the free education policy here in Oyo State, its impact and the flaws?
Education. It is a known fact that education is the bedrock of any meaningful development. Our sage, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, came into prominence via this free education policy. And during the time of Chibolage, late Chibolage as well, these are the things we remember about great people, that people who intend to make others great. And when this administration came into being, people who were withdrawing from schools was because of present some little money, this deal, that deal here and there, and there were a lot of students dropping out of schools. So the rate of out of school children was on the increase. And when this government came in, introducing free education, it was a great applause. We weren't really sure if we will be able to cope. Will it be able to do it like politicians will say? We would build bridges even where there are no waters. But as we have it today, there is a great decrease in the number of out-of-school children in Oyo State. And I'm bold to tell you that there are words from other states coming in. I have a family who relocated their children from Lagos State, about 3 of them, just because education is free in Oyo State. It's not just free. They receive qualitative education now because the teachers are encouraged. There is regular training. I'm aware of all this. I'm not just saying this for saying sake. I'm aware of it because I'm really interested in education. I was a teacher myself, and we can see the impact on the people, though we still have a lot of ground to cover, which the government must still look into. The statistics must always be factual, that they should give it to the governor so that they will know what step to take so that they can go further. And the rating of Oyo State before the emergence of Governor Makinde was shameful, but now it has really improved. Where they are on the log among Committee of States on WAEC rating, Oyo State has improved. That is enough for us to see the resultant effect of the free education that this administration had embarked on, which is very good. I would give him a kudos for that. He has done so well. And the recruitment of teachers, a lot of them, not teaching staff and so on and so forth like that. And if you recruit teachers, we have teachers, if they are not motivated, you will still have the results. The teachers were recruited, they were trained before they started their job. and the salaries are regular, you would not have a reason why you shouldn't deliver when your salary is regular, your working environment is good. Because I'm aware there are a lot of renovations of blocks of classrooms, textbooks, and so on and so forth like that. And that is what is needed
So what
for
are the
us to have
flaws?
a better state.
So what are the flaws?
There is no policy that is totally perfect. Do you understand? The flaws are there. The flaws are there, and you say we just have to like keep pushing on to correct all these flaws. They are not too. They are not so many. There are some you read it on the pages of newspaper, human errors here and there, and they are not too. They are too meager to give a negative impression about the policy itself. The policy itself, the positive aspect is far more than the negative aspect of the policy. That is it.
Thank you, sir. In your opinion, what should be the next level for education in your state?
You see, the culture that will be lost a while ago should be the next thing for every one of us to try to bring back. That is the reading culture. If you give them the books, if they are not interested in reading the books, if they are more interested in handling their phones, you might not have the results that you intended having. So the culture of reading should be brought back right from those who are in their kindergarten level. Let people, and this has to do with collaboration with the parents, the whole, the religious organization, and the school. Do you understand? You'll find that even if teachers are not in the habit of reading, Dr. Moyo sometimes said that each estate should try as much as possible to have libraries, and the parents should contribute to the library. The parents should encourage their wards to read at least one book or two in a week. See to it that they read. And this is what we expect from the teachers, to make sure that these students read. And the home too, even religious organizations, churches and mosques should try as much as possible to impress it on our words that reading as a culture is good. And that's what can only liberate you as a human being. I think that should be the next level all of us should be working towards in our state now.
So now moving to health, with the numerous achievements of this administration in healthcare, what do you think this administration should invest in?
You see, investments is good and it is always dependent on the purse. That is the revenue accruable to the government. Thus far, what I know, the little I know about health activities is the expansion of the health insurance scheme. It has really expanded beyond the scope in which it started. Then the construction of health centers. You see, when you have the primary health care functional, the stress on secondary health institution will be reduced and the tertiary will be reduced. So the focus of the state government on primary health care is very laudable. Do you understand? And he said he wants to make sure that each of the local government has a general hospital. Do you understand?
Exactly.
That is a tertiary
Yes.
level. But I would want a situation whereby the local government to be empowered to run the primary health care properly so that there will be less pressure on the secondary and the
Secondary,
tertiary
yes,
health
tertiary health
institutions.
institutions.
Yeah.
So now let's move to infrastructure in your state. Kindly help us evaluate the performance of this administration in terms of infrastructural developments.
You see, it might look as if I'm here to present this administration. No. I'll just tell people look around you. Do you understand? I know how many hours it would take you to get to Iseyin and Shaki ever before this administration. We know how many hours it takes us to get there now. You understand? And one thing that it has to do with agriculture, that Fashola Oyo Soku Fashola Iseyin road. The road was done last during Bolagid administration. Then I was that was in 19 that was in 82.
Wow.
I was at the Teachers College in
That's a very long time.
Very long time. And that was one of the reasons why Fashola Farm Settlement died. Do you understand? But this administration is taking up. If he has not done anything, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a farmer. I'm happy about our farm estate and the road there. Not to talk about other road networks that are ongoing. The circular road, the then Governor Ladoja had it as his own baby, but was unable to do anything about it. And I think this administration is of that. If circular road is perfectly done, that's taking care of so many hiccups within the town. Do you understand? It will enhance the economic activity of the state. So I presume that the next what's it called, budgetary year will take care of that circular road. Okay. Aside from the township roads and so on and so forth that are ongoing everywhere. But I want to call the attention of His Excellency to Irua Ido Road. That road is very, very important. There are about 2 farm settlements there. Lower farm settlements is there. Then the other farm settlements in Irua. Do you understand? Oh, yes. Because movement of produce needs good road.
Exactly.
That is it. Yeah. But as far as infrastructural development is concerned, the state has really done very well.
So now let's move to sports. Kindly take us through sports developments in Oyo State.
You see, really, sports is a revenue generating sector of human life. But I might not be able to take you through it because I'm not involved, but I will tell you about what I know, what I've seen as a resident of the state. Adamasinga Stadium, Lagos Salami Stadium, Adamasinga, it's an edifice that is now a sinus of our eyes. You say it's sitting in its own grandeur there. Exactly. In those days when we were young as toddlers, young boys, that place used to be race course. It used to be race course. And when Shooting Star was making, that is ICC Shooting Stars, I mean, waves within Africa, the then military governor, David Jemmy, started that place. And it has not really been utilized the way it's supposed to be, abandoned for a while. But now the way it is, I know that if proper economic dimension is put into that in the maintenance of the stadium, it will generate a lot of funds for Oyo State. Aside that, I think my journey to Gomosho, I think the stadium there too is being renovated. So and I asked, why all this? They are not even in Ogbomoso, that we have one in Oyo Doba Stadium. There is another one in Shaki. If all these renovations are going on, then what is the collaboration between schools and the stadium? The schools should, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sports Development should come together so that we'll be able to catch them young, discover the talents therein within that is when we can have the full benefits of all this. We don't just have to repair, remodel, and let it be abandoned there. No. I know that the governor will have something, a plan, why he would have to spend so much money on the renovation of that place. It's now a world-class stadium. And I know that other stadia like that will have a semblance of what we have in Ibadan. So there will be developments of sports within Oyo State.
This is Oyo State, the pace-setter state. Lórí ètò yìí ni a ti ń gbé ìlérí ìdàgbàsókè ọlọ́lá jùlọ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Seyi Makinde yẹ̀wò.
As well as yet to be completed projects.
Bákan náà àti àwọn ibi tí ó kù sí láì fi igbá kan bọ̀kan nínú.
Let's take you through the accelerated developments in the states under this administration.
So down to agriculture,
All
because
right.
I know you are a farmer. So
Glad to be.
as a farmer, the impact of agricultural policies are usually not immediate. And I know you know this as a farmer.
Yeah.
However, as this administration laid its foundation of the agricultural revolution of Oyo State.
Yeah, thank you so much. Agriculture, the mainstay of our economy, if we realize it. So much money in agriculture, so much job opportunities in agriculture, so much more to do with agriculture. People might not be feeling the impact right away, but anybody that is interested in agriculture will look at the policy of this government and will see that in the next 4 or 5 years, Oyo State would be able to feed ourselves and sell the produce to other states of the Federation. The policy, the agricultural policy of this government is highly, highly laudable. I will tell you that. The idea of farm estates, Fashola, when we were growing up, I could remember my father took me there sometimes. He was with the Ministry of Agriculture. Then you see those cows there, lovely to behold. Nothing again. That when I see this thing now coming back to life, I'm so happy. Now I learned the state government is sending some young minds to Nasarawa
Yeah.
to be trained as farmers. Do you understand? And when they I read also that a local government in Oyo State, likely to be precise, as I marked a portion of land, that's about 200 hectares of land for them to start. That is it. You see, what happened to broiler production? Do you understand? There are stages. And these stages, at every stage, everybody will be making money. Everybody will be making money. If they need my consultancy, I'll be available to do it for them, but I will not reveal that. But let me tell you, the route he has taken on agri policy will benefit Oyo State in the very, very near future. Very, very near future. In few years to come, everybody will know that this man has the interest of the people at heart in Oyo State as far as agriculture is concerned. Yeah, they say that farm estate in Irua, there is another farm settlement. I was a member of that, a lower farm settlement. I was a settler, but we planted no road. Cattle will come, destroy. Wild animals will come, will destroy. Do you understand? There was no road. But now that all these things are coming up, that means farmers are having recognition in government. And that is what we need. People will be ready to work. Once they know that you can access loan, you can access the settling, you can access it. Even when you plant, the government can take it out of you. Do you understand? You won't have to lose. The government will arrange for the storage and stuff like that. That's all the farmers need. That's all they need. And when this policy gradually, we do not expect the immediate reward now, but with time, in the very shortest period of time, the reward
It's a gradual process.
Yeah, the reward will be seen and be felt by everybody within and outside the state.
And that wraps it up on this segment. We do hope you've been able to learn one or two things from Mr. Ralph's evaluation. And also, we do hope that the state government will make amends where necessary. Now, up next is our grassroots segment. You're welcome to this segment. Yes, your grassroots segment. And on this segment, you will join us as we take a journey to Elebute land, as we celebrate the life and times of His Royal Majesty Oba Emmanuel Oyekon Oyebisi, the Onigbeti of Elebute land.
Ìbànújẹ́ ńlá ni fún wa nígbà tí a gbọ́ ìpapòdà Ọba Emmanuel Oyebisi gbadewọ̀lú 1 afafẹ́gbèjò 3 ṣùgbọ́n a rí kà nínú bíbélì wípé ọlọ́run máa ń fúnni ọlọ́run máa ń gbà nítorí pé erùpẹ̀ ni wá gbogbo wa lápadà di erùpẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ pé oníwájú kò ṣáájú kábíyèsí a dúpẹ́ fún ọlọ́run.
Chairperson Olorunsogo Local Government Area, Madam Oluwakemi Juliana, described the death of the Oke-Ogun monarch who joined his ancestors at the age of 77 as a big loss. Many residents of Elebute explained that the death of the monarch has left a vacuum which they would fill, adding that the monarch ensured various developments and progress of his subjects.
Ìdílé kábíyèsí gbogbo àwọn olóyè ọrùn ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ akínyìn akí gbogbo ìlú Ìgbẹ́tì pé a kú ara fẹ́rakù ti bàbá wa kábíyèsí eléyìí tí ikú gbà wọ́n lọ́wọ́ wa lórúkọ Jésù. Olúwa yóò bá wa di ilé mú, Olúwa yóò di ìlú yìí mú pẹ̀lú. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọlọ́jà wọ́n fi ọjà wọ́n lo àwọn olówó oṣù nígbè àmọ́ tí ì rí lóṣù yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n bá lọ ọ̀dọ̀ wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ èyí ìgbà lóṣù tó lọ sí ìṣẹ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Wọ́n wà ń kó ọjà lọ bá wọn nítorí wọ́n mọ̀ pé 25 of every month will never fail. Èyí tí Mákindé kọ yìí ìtàn ni ó kọ́ fún ìwọ àti fún èmi. Ó kọ́ fún ìwọ àti fún èmi. Báwo ló ṣe ń lo ipò rẹ̀? For the past 29 months tí Seyi Makinde ti dórí àlééfà kò mọ̀ fẹ́ lè rí. We kept on asking, ẹ dákun, níbo ni ó ti rí owó ọ̀hún? Iṣẹ́ rẹ ló sọ ibi tí wọ́n pàápàá tó parí ìgbé ayé rẹ sí. Ìwọ olùgbọ́ mi, ó dọwọ́ rẹ ìyẹn èyí tó fẹ́. Níbo ló fẹ́ parí ìrìn àjò rẹ̀? Níbo ló fẹ́ lo ayé rẹ̀? Ní ọ̀run rere ni àbí lọ́run àpáàdì? Kí Ọlọ́run nínú àánú rẹ̀ kó bá wa rẹ̀ gómìnà wa lọ́wọ́.
The death of any loved one is always very painful and heart-rending. But as painful as the death of our Kabiyesi was, we still have cause to glorify the Lord because it's still a celebration of life. You know, so we thank God that we thank God that we're here and He has lived a fruitful life. And we will miss him sorely, but we thank God for a life well spent. So Kabiyesi is a rare gem. It's a love person. He's father of all. He takes care of everybody. He's always there when you need him.
He has lived a very good life. He is an example to all other Obas in Otogu, and particularly in our own Irepo local government.
Despite we love him, we cannot stop God from doing his work. He is somebody that really loved this community. And during his own time, many good things come to the Elebute community.
Various dignitaries condoled with the subjects of His Royal Majesty Oba Emmanuel Oyekonyebisi, the Elebute of Elebute land. There were also traditional council, friends, families, and well-wishers of the royal father present at the occasion. You are welcome back. And that wraps it up on today's episode of Accelerated Development. But before we go, we still urge you to send in your comments, your observations, your messages to the phone number and our WhatsApp and our Facebook page. And that ends it on today's episode. Bye-bye.